Art is my passion, it's my life, into my core and into my soul, and it's just who I am.
Yes, clap for that, because that's a good thing.
And every form of art there is, I pretty much do it.
Cosmetics need to stop. Every girl use Photoshop. Every girl use Photoshop.
Okay, can I paint?
I am a unique person, and I put that into my art, and I put that into my walk, into my daily life. I would say that I do art and I create art because it's inside of me.
This is good medicine, and that's what we're here to do, is spread good medicine.
If I wasn't able to put that on the canvas into the world, I would go crazy.
Rewind the song. Rewind the song.
My name is Looman. I'm 30 years old. Been painting and doing art for the majority of my life. This is the Mecca. Anybody that's ever came in here and created artwork or created music, they'll tell you, man, there's something special about the ground here and about the walls here, and special stuff happens. Yeah. Good. Some of the earliest paintings I ever did was with my mom, watching Bob Ross.
No. Okay, but isn't that one super way to make some happy little foothills?
It's on PBS.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Oklahoma City. We moved out here when I was 16 from Rockland, California. But yeah, 16 years old, having a complete culture shock, just way different than California. It was a good culture shock, but at the same time, there was definitely some struggles. It wasn't until about a year in that I ended up making friends. I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it. I think it was all part of character building, and being uncomfortable makes you comfortable in other situations, and so it's all good. I would say I'm very intense when I paint. Don't always like to have an exact image in my mind. Sometimes it's a whole 180, man.
It's kind of crazy. It almost looks like a globe right there with like the continents on it. It's like a half. That's what I see. Yeah.
I might set out to paint one thing and then it comes out completely opposite, but that's what was supposed to come out that day. Almost got like a meadow with some trees, man. We finding buffalo shape, kind of looks buffalo-y, right? Each piece really inspires me to create the next one, and I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to create that next one until I create this one. They looked at the buffalo like that was human. But it's rare, man, and it's supposed to be the most sacred, the white buffalo, out of all the buffalo. To know when you're finished, I would say, is probably like the most important trait of being an artist. I feel like once you know when you're finished, I could say that you're a professional. The buffalo, one of the most sacred animals here across the plains for sure. Representative of peace, abundance, and new life to come. But it's also supposed to be a warning. And the warning is to reflect on our prayer life, get thanks for what we have, because what we have is a blessing.
program will begin in 5 minutes. Thank you. I'm Batman.
Good evening. I would like to welcome you all to the 8th annual OICA Heroes Ball.
Right now I'm 30 years old and I've been doing the live painting now for probably 8 years.
Welcome renowned Oklahoma artist Zonley Looman to tonight's event.
Kind of like a personal blessing. You know, I get down on my knees and I pray on the canvas and I'm barefoot. You know, I like to be closer to the earth.
You'll have the pleasure of watching him create a one-of-a-kind painting, which will auction off during tonight's live auction.
Sometimes I kind of have to tone it back when I'm at these events and we got all these people in suits and gowns and I got my little 3 foot by 5 foot space, but man, if they gave me a 20 by 20, I would mess it up.
I'm going to bring Zonley to the stage, and he's going to talk about this one-of-a-kind, gorgeous piece of art you saw him make tonight.
It's probably very awkward. And tonight, you'll see that I painted the buffalo. I try to put him through what I call the buffalo blessing. Now, when I say buffalo, I want you all to say blessing. You think we can do that? Buffalo. Buffalo. It's fun, and it's a fun activity. It's kind of an icebreaker. Every single one of us in this room, we have a buffalo. We have a blessing, we have a gift, and every single day that we wake up, we have an opportunity to use that gift. Yes, clap for that, because that's a good thing.
How many dollars are what are you going to give for it here? Give me 5, 600, 700, 800, 800, $1,000 bill.
Thank you for giving tonight.
I'll never even know how many people we've helped through the art. Ready for the TV debut?
I call him Z.
How are you doing? Good to see you. I got some buffalo for you here.
Oh, great.
It's just word of mouth. More people like, hey, we want you to paint a buffalo. I was at a live painting.
Oh, gee whiz.
She was pretty emotional. It had really touched her about the buffalo and about what it means and what I was doing there. And it was a cool little interaction. And she said, hey, I've got this foundation that works with the UN, and I'd really like you to be a part of it. Of course, I'm just like, yeah.
I'm here today to pick up a painting from Z that he is so kind and gracious to allow Global Housing to be able to use it and auction it.
I like them both. So I was just trying to give you some range. My head immediately, it just kind of blew my mind. So I'm like, UN, United Nations, what are you talking about? We're in Oklahoma City.
Initially, I'm going to choose
This guy. Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to pick, but the eyes really, we are a conduit to what is meant to be, to produce something way beyond us. Perhaps a little more subtle, but then you start seeing so many things about it. Global Housing Foundation will always be very grateful for Zonley.
I've known him for probably about 13, 14 years now.
Front door.
I think I'm gonna draw it up. Yeah. So right now I'm drawing a candlestick that's got a flame on both sides. And like kind of like a dark red like that too.
I couldn't even tell you how many tattoos I have at this point. I haven't counted them in, probably 3 or 4 years.
I think that each piece is unique.
I don't think anyone can just go pick up a tattoo gun and do what he does.
Is that the tropical teal? Yeah, let's try it.
We started, I think it was either the second tattoo he ever did, probably the first one with color.
You see vibration on the skin? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that within that first tattoo, that first hour of me putting the needle in the skin, that I could do something with that. It was a calling, man.
Few tattoo artists, in my experience, that can take an image or an idea that I have in my head and really translate that to the tattoo that I want.
I've changed people's lives in the sense of helping them with tattoos on their body, giving them something that, you know, a memorial pieces for their family members, or something that builds their confidence, or even getting rid of an old bad tattoo. Yeah. Rocking with it.
So I got a candle burning at both ends. And, you know, it's kind of a reminder for myself in my personal life not to stretch myself too thin, trying to do everything. You know, kind of take my time and just enjoy things.
Good times.
It's been awesome to see him along the way, and you know, the stuff he does for the community is amazing, and he's really perfecting his crafts. Now I've got to see him progress in his career, and you know, do everything from canvases to tattoos to music.
Give me my hand, I'm gonna paint a sequel. Half of the story be sounding evil, half of the story be sounding great. I'm thankful cause that wasn't always the case.
Music was probably one of the last things I got into. It was something that my older sister Kelsey always tried to get me to get into, because she was a singer, right? We've been working for the last 5, 6, 7 years at least on the projects and curating a sound and creating what we want.
Ready when you are, Jack.
Ready, here we go.
Yep.
It was just something I never really believed in for myself. It became a natural thing, hanging out with my buddies, and we're freestyling in the car. One of my buddies was like, dude, you're good at this. You know, you need to start doing this. You need to record. I scheduled 3 sessions, canceled all 3 of them because I got so nervous. And it took me a while to finally find my confidence in it.
Who's at the door? I think it's God in the Maybach. Me and him go way back. Who is at the door? Thank God I got my friends though.
The original goal was to do 10 weeks in a row, 10 singles every single Friday. And we're gonna end up with 8 videos and 9 singles that are released. I think personally the music is probably the most fulfilling to me, for sure. Doing art is one of the most judgy things in the world, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's got an opinion, and you know, I've seen what I've seen and I felt what I felt, and nobody can take that away from me. You know, I think mentally I stay afloat because I do the different types of artwork, and it just keeps me rejuvenated. And, you know, I've had a long day tattooing. I need to go throw some paint because I've been locked in right here, and I need to just, you know, get after it like that. You know, we're all unique people experiencing unique things in this world, and that's what makes it great. When it goes on, it looks wet, and then it stays looking like that, you know.
And you've been busy.
Yeah, we've been busy. We've been working. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff, so.
Like, I'll tell you now, if that's still available, that's gone.
Okay.
The Root Dancer, that's gone.
Okay.
The Yellow Hawk, gone. That's already guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm buying.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Right out of the tube. On this one specifically, I started out with the paintbrush, and I started getting frustrated because I just couldn't get it as vibrant as I wanted. Proudest moment so far, anytime that I can create and inspire and just give back to the world, man, that's a proud moment. So I hope that one day that when people refer to my art, they just say it's a Zonling. There we go. tattoo to painting to sculptures to performance art to
Baby, want a piece of that?
performing in the booth to make music, now to go perform on stages in front of people. I do art and I create art because it's inside of me.
I didn't know you was gonna be on camera today, Jack.
I've got this home here in Oklahoma and the people are good to me. And I feel like I do have a calling and a purpose to be here. But at the same time, my purpose is definitely bigger. That looks like a Z piece. Hey, man, we're doing okay.